Good morning, as always. Thank you for watching us here at Palos Heights Come Alive. Is it Palos Heights Come Alive? Am I saying that correctly?
Come Alive in Palos Heights?
In Palos
Either way,
Heights.
that's the name of this show.
Good morning. My name is Carol Steffen, and my partner in crime here is Sue Jankowski. We're delighted to be here the morning after. This is truly the morning after the election. So obviously we're going to adjust that a little bit because, first of all, I want to congratulate so many of you that got out and registered and came to the polls. I mean, it's a record-breaking registration across the county, I think across the state, record-breaking attendance in voter registration and in attending and going and voting. Fantastic. Even the millennials, from what I was reading last night, got out and voted, and that's a plus.
It is a plus, and everyone, I mean, it really was tremendous. Long lines waiting to vote, that's a good problem.
It is a good problem. I have a little bit of a news for Palos Heights residents. We had an advisory referendum on the ballot the other day, and it was dealt with video gambling. Should we, and this is advising to our council, should we have a video gambling in the city of Palos Heights, or should we not have the video gambling in the city of Palos Heights? Basically, what won was we do not have video gambling in the state of Illinois. I'm sorry, in the city of Palos Heights. The yes vote was 2,522. The no vote was 3,319. So there will be, as an advise, you know, this is not a law, this is nothing, and other than advisory to their council, that the majority of the city that voted do not want video gambling in the city of Palos Heights. And personally, I'm delighted.
And actually, it's just, hey, we the citizens are saying, we recommend that we don't do this, but that doesn't mean it's set that we won't have it. We are just saying we do not want it.
Exactly. This is an advisory referendum, and I'm delighted with the results. I know that there's been a lot of discussion on it. There's good mailings that went out in favor of the referendum, and but people got out, people voted, and stated their opinion, and that's over and done with. If you're ever interested in checking results of votes, you can go to the Cook County Clerk's office. They have the results there of any of the elections that you might be interested. The results are available to you there.
That's good. Sometimes you're wondering and waiting what happened with the thing that I voted for, so you can find out. Very good.
I'm so delighted. I'm active, as you know, in the League of Women Voters, and we're always encouraging people to be aware of government. See who you're, first of all, get registered, and first of all, vote, but watch who you've elected. Who are they? If someone's representing you, they should literally represent you. So track them. You can track how they voted on different bills. All those things are available on the website. And you can see if you have a special interest like, school funding, health care, the environment, gun control, which is a big subject and big part right now. You can see how your particular representative voted on that. And you can call him or her to task because he didn't vote representing you, or you can thank him or her and say, thank you for representing me on your vote against whatever or for whatever it was the issue that you're very, very involved in.
Actually, you can just call the office there.
Yes.
And put your input. You may or may not talk to that representative, but you can leave your message and you can say what you think, what you feel, and you should do that. I mean, there's an issue my daughter is extremely active in right now, and she has an actual relationship with her representatives and the Attorney General's office and the EPA and so on.
Good for her.
So she's just calling all the time, and they will talk to you. They will call you back. So
they will, and you can call them locally in their local office. You can call them down in Springfield. You can leave messages. Interestingly enough, they really do pay attention to them.
They do.
At least that's what we've been told. We visited as League a lot of the representatives, and it's amazing how receptive they are to hear what you're thinking. You know, you are their vote. You're the reason that they're in there. So let them know how you feel. It's very important to take an interest in what goes on around us. And you can phone them, write them a letter, text them, whatever you'd like to do. Let's talk a little bit about our own town. Channel 4 is located in Palos Heights, and so I'm going to talk a little bit about Palos Heights. The different areas, whether it be the park or Worth or whatever, have different designations. We're considered a city. Palos Park is a village. So there's different regulations for different designation of governments. Channel 4, as I say, is located in Palos Heights. We are in Palos Township. We're in Palos Township here, located in Channel 4, because we are west of Harlem. Worth Township is east of Harlem. Even though you're a resident of Palos Heights, you can be a different township depending on what side of Harlem that you live on, and that's kind of interesting. Palos Heights is having an election in April. and I'm talking strictly Palos Heights now. City Council, which are 2 aldermen for each ward. That's another thing. Do you know what ward you live in Palos Heights? There are 4 wards in Palos Heights, each having 2 representatives. So your aldermen or women are from whatever ward you live in. If you don't know that, find out, because you want to find out how you're, or visit the city council meetings. When are they? So you'd go to city council.
First and third Tuesday
Tuesday
at 7 o'clock, and everyone is welcome to come. And I mean, you can watch it on Channel 4, of course, but it's always good to actually be there personally, I think, to find out what's going on.
It is.
Yeah.
Channel 4 does. Do we still do it live? I know there was a problem, but we're back doing it live now.
You know, I can't really answer that. There was, yes, we are. Okay, we are
we're
back to live again.
Yeah.
It was a little glitch for a moment, but now we are. Yeah.
But it's there. It's as I say, the second. You would just say the second and
the first and third
Tuesday of
7
every
o'clock.
month at 7 o'clock. Turn on Channel 4 and you can watch the City Council in action. But it's more fun actually to come to the meetings and see them in action.
Yes.
But they're representing you. They're representing the Palos Heights. So it's very, very important to know what they're standing for and what you're being represented of. There's different legislative boundaries within voting, but that's a whole different segment. Sometime we'll do legislative boundaries because that's interesting.
That is.
Okay, another following up on that line of thinking, Sue, and I hate to be keeping you talking, but is if you want to run for office. Are you interested in running? Are you interested in running? It's a little bit of a challenge. Our next election here is in April. It's April 2nd of 2019, and our councilmen, a variety of other offices will be up for election. Are you interested? You still do have time, although it's kind of, you have to get your nominating petitions and present them officially by December, whatever I just
10th, I believe it was.
Thank you, by December 10th here in Palos Heights. That's a long time away from April 2nd. I don't understand why there's this time lapse, but I understand there is also some type of consolidated election in February that does not affect us here in Palos Heights, but they're going by those rules, so they have to have their petitions in by that point in time. Give it some thought. There's so many other ways that you can be an active participant, an active citizen. There's so many committees. There's committees within Palos Heights. There's committees in different organizations, your churches, your social organizations. There's always lots of ways. There's the beautification committee here in Palos Heights. There's a lot of different committees. Find an interest, but take part. Take an interest in the city and how maybe you can make it a little bit better. I know you have something to offer that we would like to have you offer to the Palos. So that's my speech. Sorry.
Well, it's good. You know, a local government is really important. I mean, that's really affects us in the daily workings of our own city, and so it's great if people can participate, whether it is seeking an elected office, and there are ways to do that. And in fact, I think you ought to show the candidates guide.
But this is a little scary. I almost hate to put it on.
But
this is the candidate's guide. And it lets you know, and the assistant to Mayor Daley, hello, am I going back in time, of our mayor, Pat Shepard, is so helpful. She's the assistant to our mayor, and she is just a delight. You can go to her office and pick up this candidate's guide for 2019. The preparations are now for 2019. So if you're interested, just come in and get a little bit of information. We have coming up for election at April 2nd of 2019. 2 aldermen from each ward, but only one of each alderman will be up. So it'll be 1 alderman from each ward up for election or re-election, whatever.
That makes sense.
Yeah. There's lots of papers, there's lots of information, and she's very, very helpful in letting you have that information and take a look at it. It's a little overwhelming, but you know, you have to want to do it, and I would suggest getting an attorney involved if you're going to do it, because it's very involved. But it's worth doing, and just look into it if you're interested.
Well, I think it's nice to even look into something, even if you're not actually going to run for any office come April. Maybe you're thinking, you know, I wouldn't really mind getting involved in running for office at some point in my life, and finding out this information ahead of time, because you actually do have to plan well in advance. So getting that information a little bit ahead of time would make sense.
Well, another thing that's of interest to many parents in the schools here, the school board elections. That's another thing to be very aware of.
Yes.
And you want to make your feelings known or pay attention. Usually, again, I'll mention League. League usually has candidates nights, especially for school board elections. So we hold a candidates night where you can come in and listen to the candidates. What are their plans for the school, that particular school, grade school or high school? Find out. And vote for them. And the candidates night is open for questions, so it's a good time to make your feelings known. It's a good time to find out how these candidates feel about different issues that are very important to you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's another nice way to get in there and kind of help steer the school system a little bit too.
You bet.
Yeah, that's great.
You're a citizen. Be an active one.
Right, exactly. And we saw more active citizens with this election, and that's a great thing too. We are so blessed to be able to have a free election that we need to participate, and we are participating. Well, Carol, I am going to change the topic a little bit because I want to talk about Holiday in the Heights, and you know, that is coming up. It is fun, and you know, we've done so many great things. I mean, look. Our city has so many wonderful opportunities for events, both to participate in or volunteer for.
Good.
And one of them, and it's pretty new, it's been around the last couple of years, Holiday in the Heights was called Holidays on Harlem. It's kind of switched a little bit to Holidays in the Heights. But there's a lot going on here. So first of all, I want to mention that there is the Winter Farmers Market, which is not actually part of the holidays, though you can buy things for the holidays at the Winter Farmers Market. Now you're thinking, oh, is that in the municipal parking lot? No, it's a little chilly for that.
Yeah.
But it is over at the Palos Heights Recreation Center in the Orchard Room, and that's at 6601 127th Street, that beautiful new facility that we have. And you can go there twice, Saturday, November 17th, so I'm not sure when we're airing here. We might miss that one. But there is one on December 15th as well, and it is from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. And so there are some fresh items you can get, some gift items that you can get there too. Also, we have the annual tree lighting. Oh my gosh, that has been going on forever. And you know, it has moved. And you know, it was really fun at the fire station right there in Harlem and all that, but now it's over at Lake Catherine, and it's really kind of special. You know, we've drawn so many people there, and it's really exciting because they have it kind of all lit up, and Santa eventually arrives and goes over that beautiful bridge, which is lit up, and boy, do we have a lot of people there.
And they have reindeer.
They have reindeer.
Yes, that's kind of fun to see.
They do. And then over at the Nature Center part of it, they do have face painting crafts and hot chocolate and snacks, and an opportunity in the Lake Catherine, the clubhouse, to have a picture with Santa Claus. So
fun.
It really is
and
fun.
when is that? Is there a date on there? Is there a time?
Yes, thank you for asking. It's Friday, November 23rd at 6:30 to 8:30. And I would suggest, you know, getting there a little bit early. Last year it was kind of nippy, so bundle up. Wear your hat and gloves because you're standing outside for a while. There's usually music, either local choirs or Girl Scout troops or whatever. The mayor always has something to say, and we enjoy hearing him with the season.
And that's the tree lighting?
And that is the tree lighting. So
okay.
here's the thing.
Okay.
That tree lighting used to be that first weekend of December, but now it's moved to the Friday after Thanksgiving.
Well, really?
So I mean, it's the 23rd, so it's nice and early. You can enjoy that, and hopefully the weather cooperates with us. And that is sponsored by the Palos Area Chamber of Commerce. We want to appreciate what they do. After that comes Small Business Saturday. And you know, Carol, I cannot talk enough about how important it is that we really support our small businesses. Now, we don't have everything here, and I realize people do have to go shopping other places, but we do have quite a few nice businesses here. Of course, we have some wonderful restaurants, but that Small Business Saturday is the 24th. And so they've got the tree lighting on the 23rd, and then the 24th you come out and you shop in the area. And that is a really nice thing to do. So with the holidays in the Heights, we have a Kris Kringle Market, which I don't know if you are aware, but this has been going on maybe a year or two or three.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. So, you know, you've heard of the Kris Kringle Market. So I think this is like a little bit like that, the Kris Kringle Market. So they'll have 2 big tents, 80 vendors. That is right in the municipal parking lot.
Oh, okay.
Nice and convenient. 2 large tents, 80 vendors. holiday crafts, food, Santa Claus. That's Santa. You know, he's working
gets
overtime.
around.
Live ice sculpture, carving, a kids' corner tent with crafts, music, crafts, drinks, festive lights, and more, and a beverage center for adults in Tent B.
Okay.
They will offer beer and wine, and then we are encouraging everyone to just stroll around the neighborhood, and the stores will be open, and restaurants are there,
Terrific.
so you can enjoy that as well. So that's on Friday, November 30th. That's from 5 to 9, and it's Saturday, December 1st from 1 p.m. till 7. So you have a lot of
good.
hours to be able to enjoy that. And then Christmas time in Palos is on December 1st. This has been going on for, oh gosh, at least I want to say 15 years or more, quite a long time. And that takes place at the Palos Heights Public Library. And there's readings, there's live performances, and last year the Stag Magicals were there, and they will be there again this year.
Good.
And they just did a beautiful job. They were really, really good. And then a community sing-along, which involves some, the mayor and whatever aldermen are there, and that's kind of fun to sing along with them. Elf on the Shelf scavenger hunt for the kids, and crafts and games and food, all provided for you from our Palos Heights Library. And that is at 12501 South 71st Avenue. If you haven't been to the library, I hope you get there for Christmas time in Palos, December 1st, 9 a.m., so bright and early, before you have to go out and do your errands for the day, till 1 p.m. It's really
It is a fun day. It really is
yeah.
a fun day. A lot of people in attendance to that. You'll see a lot of old friends.
You
When
will.
you go. You do. Of course, we have a fabulous library. And
Oh
to
my
begin
gosh,
with,
we do.
just generally speaking, our
Yeah.
library is second to none, and they always have wonderful festivities or shows that you can go and see and take advantage and support.
That's right. And the Friends of the Library are the ones actively putting on Christmas time in Palos, so we can thank them for
And that's
their
another
work.
organization you can think about joining.
Yeah.
They're always looking for.
They are.
So that's another thing. If you're interested in the library, what they do, go there and sign up and be one of the friends.
Yeah, I mean, I think there is a small fee, like $5, to join the Friends of the Library.
A little support.
Of course,
yeah,
that money
yeah.
goes back into
Yeah.
the library because they do all sorts of events and things. Then, do you know who Waddles is, Carol?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I definitely do.
I can't stymie
Channel
you
4
on
has
that.
visited Waddles a few times at the pool, I believe.
Well, Waddles. Yeah, Waddles is the mascot at the Palos Rec Center. You've seen he's a big penguin. And so the children can go and visit Waddles on December 8th from 10 to 12 and make cookies and decorations, and Santa Claus will be there. I don't know how he's going to have time to make any toys.
I don't know.
He's really so busy.
Well, here's all those elves. Come on,
that's right.
You've got,
Let
they
the
got a lot of help.
elves So he'll be there, and that is sponsored by the City of Palos Heights Rec Department. I want to actually mention, too, that the Christmas time in Palos is also sponsored by the First Midwest Bank because
Good.
they always do participate in things in the city. I want to give them some credit for that, too. And then, we have, for such a really small town, we have so many great things. And we have Trinity Christian College, which is a 4-year school. If you haven't ever strolled the campus, you should, because it's beautiful. And they are having their Christmas Tide concert also on December 1st. So you could be really busy enjoying. It's almost like a great time, that December 1st time, because it's really before things get really hectic.
Yeah.
And
Well, it's after Thanksgiving, but before Christmas gets hectic. Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
you can do that. That's 4 to 5 p.m. Doors open at 3:30. It's at the Ozinga Chapel. There is a ticket fee of $12 for adults.
I'm just going to stop for a minute.
Yes.
Sorry to interrupt.
Yes, no.
If you've not been to the Ozinga Chapel on the Trinity campus, make it a point because it's absolutely delightful. The IPO, the different symphony orchestras perform there, and they have performances that you can go into the auditorium and listen to them. The acoustics are wonderful there. The whole place is such an asset to the Palos Heights community. Take advantage of it because they offer programs, as Trinity does. Trinity offers some wonderful programs. Check their website, and you might want to take advantage of being so close. You live here. Why
Right.
not take advantage of it?
It is really close, and for just a small fee, you really have a great concert, or like you said, they offer a lot of classes that
They
are
do.
available to the community, and there's just a small fee for some of those too
Yes.
that you can participate in, and that's a great suggestion to go to their website and see what's coming up, because there will be new classes coming in the
Exactly.
in the winter months.
And they have a nice little restaurant there, the bookstore. The
Yeah.
bookstore, you can go in and have
Bootsma.
coffee. Bootsma, something, yeah.
Bootsma bookstore or something like that. It's
But it's
cute.
not, it isn't, literally is a bookstore, and then plus they have a place you can have snacks or coffee or drinks or what, not drinks, but drinks of a non-alcoholic
right.
nature.
And for those of us who've been around Payless for a long time,
Yes, we have.
that was Dunlap's. So
Yeah, oh,
if
yes.
you remember
Oh, yeah,
how
how
great
could you
Dunlap's
not, yeah.
was, and
That's
the
right.
beautiful view. Well, now it's this great college campus bookstore, little cafe, has that same great view. So you could go over there and be a little nostalgic
Really,
too at
exactly.
times. Yeah. I miss Dunlap's. I'm glad they have, taken it over with this great college bookstore and stuff, but I do miss Dunlap's too. And of course, I'm hoping you're seeing the signs for the Payless Heights Women's Club House Walk, which is the biggest fundraiser
Yes, it is.
of the year. So
And it's a fantastic day.
oh my
Yeah,
gosh,
it's more fun.
It is great. So
And when is that, Sue?
Well, that's December 8th. So you get a week off, to rest up and get your tickets, which are available.
I know the Lush Beauty Shop
And-
on 83, Route 83,
Yeah.
right near Giuliani's, right? Down from Giuliani's.
Okay.
They're going to sell tickets
They
there.
will sell tickets. And I think also you can call Rose Zubek, and her number, I'm going to give it to you because she has allowed us to do that, is 708-945-6254. To get your ticket. It is $40 for the ticket, but you get a wonderful breakfast. And then you get to go touring some homes. I'm not sure how many homes there'll be, but
I don't know. There's usually 5.
or
isn't
4 or
there?
5, yeah, something
And it's
like
held,
that.
the breakfast is at Payless Country Club?
it is.
that where that is?
I think
Okay.
so. Yes, it is at 8 a.m. So you get this nice breakfast. You can, bring your girlfriends, your husband, your children, whoever. But it's a really nice day.
It really is. You park at Payless Country Club and you go in and have a nice breakfast and see friends that you haven't seen since last year at this.
Right.
And then you take a time and go to usually like 4 to 5 homes. And you go there and it's so fun to see the different decor of the different homes. Some of them are just fantastic and some of them are so creative that you never thought of that until you walk into the house.
Yes.
And it's not a house that you naturally kind of want to see, but boy, you get in there and see this creation as far as decor. It's well worth doing. It's a fun day. It really is.
It
It's
is,
great.
and it's right here in the city.
So correct me if I'm wrong. I thought I'd read somewhere that the tickets are also going to be sold at Mona Lisa in their new location.
I think I read that too.
Did you?
I'm
Okay.
pretty sure that that's true. So if you don't know where the new Mona Lisa is, it's 143rd at Orland Crossings. They have
Yeah.
a lovely shop there now, and I believe that they are still supporting
I thought
that
I read
too.
that somewhere. 143rd and LaGrange, right
Yeah.
in that shopping center. And you
Yeah.
do a little shopping while you're there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's a lot of great stores over there too. Small business. Saturday, November 24th. That's all small businesses. Of course, we like you to start in Payless Heights and then move out from
Absolutely,
there.
yeah.
But so that's the Payless Heights Women's Club, December 8th. From 8:30 to 11 is breakfast, and then it goes into the afternoon to see the homes. There's no hurry. You get to take your time,
Yes.
meandering through as you want to. So that's a great time. And it does support the Payless Heights Women's Club, which I know I mention the Payless Heights Women's Club all the time because all they do is just support the city. They have great outreach to various organizations. They really just do a lot. I mean, every time I look at the gazebo or the anniversary garden or so many
There's so
things
much,
around the
yeah,
city,
yeah.
they have done that for us. So we really appreciate that. And lastly, I think with the holiday things that are going on, there is tree decorating in the art garden. Now the art garden, I talked about art last time we did Come Alive, and that art garden is right over there by the fire station. It's right across the street from there. It's got some really great sculptures. The thing is, I've been going by there lately, and the first time I went by, I'm like, well, who is that
I did
person
I did the same
who's
thing. Yeah.
painting in there? It's not a good day to do that. And I thought, well, I guess they're just going to paint. Well, I went by the other day. That same person is there painting.
It's a statue.
It's not anybody painting.
No, but it is eye-catching as you go
It
past.
really
You're
is.
thinking, did I see what I think
What
I
are
see?
they doing there?
Exactly.
Yeah. anyway, it's 123rd Street, 1 block west of Harlem. And so local organizations get a tree, they decorate it, and it's kind of lit up. It's real pretty over there, and you can go and admire the trees. And there is a judging, and then those winners of that are announced, I think, at the Christmas tree lighting. So I believe that's true. Judged prior to the tree lighting at Lake Catherine. So that's not going to happen?
No, it's at 123rd.
Yeah, but the actual judging
Kris
takes
Kringle.
place.
It'll be announced at the Kris Kringle.
Oh, it will. Okay, at the Kris Kringle Market. Sorry. Well, it'll be announced probably at the Kris Kringle Market then, a week later.
When the
That
mayor
makes
is making
makes
his
sense.
speech, that's
Okay,
right.
that's good. Thank you for that information. In that same similar light, we all walk into the lobby of City Hall and we're paying our water bills or doing whatever. Well, there is a box over there, kind of this lonely little box in the corner, which I think we're going to kind of bring up and make it a little more visible. It is a box of things for the veterans. And there's a really nice gentleman who comes in periodically to collect items that have been put in this box. Right now, they're looking for Halloween candy because they do actually get these to the veterans. The Halloween candy you didn't use.
Really?
These bags of candy you bought and you thought you'd have, more trick-or-treaters than maybe you did. You can bring that in and put it in this box. So that is, that'll be picked up in November. And then December 17th, he'll be back for another pickup. And so what can we bring in this box besides Halloween candy? Well, actually, I'm just going to show you, this is a really long list that's actually posted by this box. But it's really kind of a lot of things that you would assume, and maybe some things that you wouldn't assume. I mean, there's like a lot of food items, granola bars, energy bars, nuts, instant noodles, beef jerky, peanut butter, salsa, instant coffee. Lots of things that are, they're not going to need any refrigeration or, they're going to be long lasting. So anything you want to bring in like that, I mean, Kool-Aid, macaroni and cheese, fruit pies, dried fruit, and so forth. All of these things are going to be shipped to the veterans, which is really nice. I know, the veterans like to be thought of and to get some things that maybe they don't ordinarily get.
Do you know where it goes, Sue, specifically, or no? I mean, is it the Veterans Hospital, VA hospital, a thing like that, or no?
No, I don't think it goes to Veterans
home?
Hospital. I think it goes like away to maybe an overseas location. And I really don't know. Maybe I could tell you about
We'll have
that
to
next
check that
time.
out, yeah.
We will check it out. Also, things that are unexpected, like flashlights, DVD movies, no VHS, they can't use those, CDs for music. Maybe you have some things that you don't listen to anymore and they're in good shape, DVDs and CDs, you think someone else might enjoy, you can bring that in. And just typical things that you would need, to keep yourself going, whether it's chapstick, contact lens cleaner, laundry detergent, yo-yos. That's on here. I know I need my yo-yo. Anyway, batteries, all sorts of things. It's just nice any time of year, particularly right now, to think of somewhere. It says they're listed to send to the troops still in harm's way. So I'm assuming it's going, overseas.
Right. Soldiers then.
Right. Okay.
Fine.
Lotions, stuff like that.
That makes more sense.
Yeah.
I'm thinking,
Yeah. I mean, actually, anything that you can kind of think of that someone would need, whether it's gum or wet wipes or dental floss or any of those things, you're out shopping, you think, I'm just going to see what I can do to put it in that veterans box. So it's right up at the lobby, right across from the desk. It will be easy to find. If you can't find it, just ask someone at the desk where you can put your donations, and it will be wildly appreciated.
Especially now at the holidays.
It is.
This would be a good time to bring in and get them out and get them over to the servicemen, and they deeply appreciate them, that I know.
Yeah, exactly. Something else I want to talk about a little bit, Carol, is the vacancies in town. People do wonder, what about these vacancies in town? So I just got this report, and I'd like to read it. From time to time, residents ask, why a property is vacant for such a long period of time. So it comes up, especially in our high-profile properties. And part of this answer is the nature of retail has changed over the past 10 or 20 years with a lot of people shopping online, and that's just a reality that people are doing that. In the last 5 to 10 years, the impact of online shopping has grown from impacting small businesses to really crushing regional malls. And
Look around.
I mean, it's everywhere, right? It's everywhere. So I guess, again, that's why I'm saying, you know, the businesses that we do have, let's try and support them, not just on Small Business Saturday, November 24th, but really anytime. Anyway, the city is working with owners throughout the city to fill the vacant spaces and properties. Still, it really is up to private owners to execute a sale or lease. So that includes the former Radio Shack, Nick's Barbecue, Toby's Restaurant, and Dominic's. So
I'm so surprised that someone isn't jumping into the Radio Shack. It's going to be right across from the Senior Citizen Center.
Yes.
Which is going to be
Right.
the fall of 2019, I think. What an ideal location.
Yeah.
You're right across the street from this beautiful senior center
Right.
that's going up. I can't imagine that's not filled.
hopefully it will be.
Yep.
The downside of owners holding out for deep pocket buyers and credit tenants is that it requires a lot more time in settling for the first buyer or tenant that comes along. So this is what the city is currently experiencing with several owners of those high-profile properties. So one high-profile property we can report progress on is the former Toby's Restaurant. For those of us who maybe know where that Toby's Restaurant is, you know, it's right over there at
Part of Oak Hills.
Part of Oak Hills. But it's at 13248 South 76th Avenue near the Oak Hills Golf Club.
Mm-hmm.
So the new owner is going to renovate the building to be a hibachi grill and restaurant. And that restoration or changeover will happen by May 2019. Concerning other properties, the city has been engaged in serious discussion over many months with Albertsons over the current vacancy and future use of Dominic's. The city is strongly urging Albertsons to move quickly on the reuse of this property.
I wonder, could there ever be a letter campaign? I've often wondered why there hasn't been more of it. Something. Can that building be divided into? I mean, it's a huge building. Dominic's was huge.
Yes.
And would their dual owners are not going to allow another grocery store to come in there. That's a given. But can it be divided into different things? And I'm wondering, have we had inquiries on that area?
You know, that I don't know, except I would say because it is such a large property there, I would think that they would have thought of all kinds of ways to use that property. But it would really be up to that company who holds the lease on the property to agree to something or not agree, and apparently maybe they're just not agreeing, or the right thing hasn't come along, or I don't know. It's something that's being worked on.
It's such a waste.
It is a waste, and
it's an eyesore at a very entrance to our city. So
it is, and it's so big, and it was so. Dominic's was such a great store. I mean, it was beautifully put together. So
and it affected all those stores, that whole little shopping center. It affected the attendance and the.
It did, and so now you look at that shopping center along with lots of places throughout various other communities, and you see those little empty spaces, or you see many empty spaces. I mean, I was over actually at down on Harlem, in that where that Waltz area was, and I looked at that and I thought, holy cow!
Yeah.
I mean, there is so many empty properties there, and like I said, it really is the online shopping that really is curtailing a lot of businesses, and that is a shame. But it's just, I guess, it's just reality. So
it's a sign of the times that
it is.
But I still like to go into stores, and I see that. Just forgot the name of it. What's the one that's coming to Orland?
Big store.
Von Maur.
Yeah.
Oh, I was so excited about
me
that.
too.
I know. In another year, maybe take a year, and they're going to go into Carson's.
Yes, they are.
The old Carson's.
That's what we hear.
Yeah. So that's something really to look forward to.
I know.
If you've not been to Von Maur, it's out in Oak Brook. It is a dynamite store. So that's a welcome addition.
It is a wonderful store, and I always enjoyed Carson's, but Von Maur, I think it's really a nice feather in a cap. So hopefully that is true, and that will be coming. But like I said, you know, it's very hard for a lot of people to remember to shop in town before you go to the big box stores or before you go online. You know, talk to your local people. Even if you're looking for something different or you need a suggestion, you know, you have that personal relationship with the vendors or the store owners, business owners in town. It's really kind of nice to go in there and have a conversation with them about a project you're working on or whatever. So try and make a real effort this year. We want to support the businesses that are here and the restaurants and so forth.
Well, God knows we support the restaurants. Restaurants are doing very, very well in Palos Heights, and rightfully so, because they're excellent. But yes, we do have to support the businesses. We have a wonderful jewelry store here with Norel. There's so many, I could name so many. We go in with Meet the Merchant and talk with them and celebrate them. And we need to support them. We don't want to lose them.
We don't, and then we're like, well, I don't know why we don't have whatever.
Yeah.
A printing shop, a jewelry store, a clothing store, whatever. Well, we have to go there. Anyway, the last thing I want to talk about here, just a little bit, is I want to talk about, actually they asked us to kind of mention the Forest Preserve District in Cook County. And, you know, we think it's now fall and all of that is coming to a close. Well, all of these places are still open all winter, and we live in a forested area. I mean, no matter where we drive from here, we're getting into the woods, and we have great places like the Little Red Schoolhouse and so forth. I don't know if you've been there lately, but
oh, it's really neat. If you haven't been there, do, because they've remodeled and have all sorts of new things.
It's not just that Little Red Schoolhouse building. I was there recently, and I thought, oh my goodness.
That's what grandchildren will do too.
They do.
They take you to these places you haven't been for a while.
Exactly. I mean, when I took my kids there, it actually was the Little Red Schoolhouse.
Me too.
And actually, I want to talk about that for just a second, because we talk about the Little Red Schoolhouse like it's the Little Red Schoolhouse. Well, it actually was a schoolhouse. I guess the name says that. But it was used by students. But in 1932, it was moved from Camp Kiwanis by a local resident using only a mule and log rollers.
That was even before my time. I can appreciate that.
Well, they did. I mean, it's amazing. So they actually continued classes there till 1948,
wow,
Carol.
Okay.
So the people were still going to school there. In 1952, it was moved to its present site and opened as a unique kind of school. In place of 3 hours, fascinating stories are told to children and grown-ups who visit there about forest preserve plants and animals, and all that goes on there. So you can still go in the Little Red Schoolhouse, and we did, and the desks are in there. And yes, I was with all my grandchildren who enjoyed sitting in those little desks. And I was actually, I can't help it. You know, the teacher in me comes right out. And I did make them say their ABCs and so forth. And there was kind of fun. So the land that this schoolhouse stands on right now, what used to be a fruit orchard until 1906. So there's still pear, apple, and plum blossoms.
And there's nice walking trails. Emulating from the Red Schoolhouse.
Yes. And there's shorter ones and longer ones if you don't feel up to a really long. And there's some benches along the way where you can just kind of have that, Walden Pond moment where you're just back in nature.
Or sit down and rest.
Or do that. But there is a lot going on there. Now, I just want to mention, again, you can volunteer at the Forest Preserve. I talk a lot about volunteering, so do you, because there are so many opportunities. And it's not just like I'm just doing, I'm filling up my time. This is really valuable, not just for the place, but actually for you. It's very valuable to have that volunteer experience.
Sure it is.
Meet a lot of people,
yes,
and it's very much appreciated.
It's self-rewarding.
It is very self-rewarding. So, so children can take you, adult children can take you places where you didn't know anything either. And so one of our kids was saying, hey, I think there's a campground right over there in Willow Springs. And I said, oh, heavens to Betsy, there's no campground there. I know of Camp Palos and this and that, but no, where you want to go, there is nothing. Oh, yes, there is. There's Camp Bullfrog Lake. Have you ever driven over there?
No, I haven't. I'm not a big camper.
Well, I'm not a camper at all, and I will never camp there. But if I was, I would camp. If I was a camper, I would go there. It's beautiful. It's got sites for trailers or RVs.
Oh, really? That's interesting.
It's got cottages.
Is it right off 83?
Well, you go down, let's see, the address is 9600 Wolf Road, Willow Springs.
Okay.
So it's literally like 15 minutes away. You go down and you go in these beautiful, past I think Maple Lake right there, and you go where there's another lake, Bullfrog Lake. And this has these beautiful little cabins and little bunk beds, and there's a little stove. You do most of your cooking outside. They're like brand new. It's beautiful, and if I was a
Really?
camper, I really would
Appreciate it.
look into
Yeah.
there, because it is close by. If you want to give your family the experience of camping, you could put a tent up there. And actually, when we were there, which was maybe a couple of months ago, there were people with tents, there were people with RVs, and they have this beautiful lake. And what's really amazing is there's like a little. I'm going to pull this up the camera. I don't know if you can see it, but there's like a little house there. It's not a clubhouse. It's a little place you can go into, and there's this whole platform. You go down to Bullfrog Lake, and it's very new and nice.
Okay.
And you could have your wedding there. You could
Oh,
have
what a lovely sight. Huh? Yeah.
It was beautiful.
pretty. How
The
pretty.
reason I'm mentioning now is, of course, you're not going to go ahead and have a wedding there in January. But I think if you're planning a wedding or some
be
event
beautiful
for your
for- yeah.
family, whether it's a wedding or a birthday or whatever, you need to contact them and reserve this. Even those campsites. If you think you want to go there next May or June or whatever, I think you really need to go on their website, which is easy. It's Forest Preserve District of Cook County. So it's fpdcc.com, and look into any kind of reservations that you might want for your future camping experience or your venue for having a wedding or an anniversary or a birthday or something there. Because it really was something else, and it's so close, and it was so surprising because you felt like you were a million miles away. You were in the woods, far away.
Into nature.
Yeah.
Just absorbing nature.
You were,
Yes.
and at the other lake at the time we were there couldn't have been more people there, just enjoying the lake and the beauty of it. And I want to mention that the Little Red Schoolhouse, which is our closest location for a nature center, has tons of ongoing opportunities for you to go and learn something or hike or travel with birds. I mean, look at the birds and identify them and so forth. So that is a great possibility for you. But there's some other places too that aren't as close, but still you're entitled to just go there, whether it's north or south or whatever. One that comes up in the winter, and maybe at the Little Red Schoolhouse they'll have something like this too. This one happens to be at Camp Shabana Woods, and there's a winter bonfire, a giant bonfire on December 15th. And I'm just saying, there are so many things to take your family to, or just yourself. I really want to, be out in nature. And
So may I ask you what
Yeah.
booklet you're using?
Okay.
That'd be a nice thing for people to pick up on their own and not have to write down what we're saying.
Yeah, I think that this booklet is available a lot of times right in our city hall. Yeah, you can come in and just get that. Along with that, you remember that map that I mentioned to go look at all the sculptures around town?
there.
This is there too. So
Great.
you can look on your computer, or you can just look in here and see. It just has everything in it. I really was so excited that there's so many opportunities for you to go and be in nature and volunteer or just enjoy being there. Speaking of, I just want to mention that, we talked about all the sculptures, and I don't know if you've noticed, but there is a great big monarch butterfly
Yes, I
painted
have. I see it every
by
day.
the municipal. I mean, it's just beautiful.
It's on the wall of it's the cleaners. It's the wall of the cleaners.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's just another beautiful thing that we can look at as we're shopping and
It's very
traveling through
eye-catching.
town.
It's very
It is.
eye-catching.
Yeah, it is. And you're going to see it really up close when you attend any of the holidays in the Heights or the Kris Kringle Market. Go there, and all those things are coming up. And if you need some help, or you've forgotten the dates or whatever, most of these things are advertised in town. There's signs up on stores, and you'll be very aware that this is all coming up.
We've thrown a lot of dates at you. Is there going to be a directory on our website, the Payless website, with all these
Yes,
different
there
dates?
is.
there is going to be.
I think if you look at the like the calendar, if you go on the website, there
Okay.
is a calendar, and most of the stuff I think
Good.
is printed on there.
because
so
there's
you
a
can
lot
go
of
look.
wonderful things
Yeah,
happening.
there is.
We don't want you to miss one single solitary
No,
thing.
and if you're-
support us. I have
yeah.
one question
Yes.
that I'm curious about. We used to have that beautiful Christmas tree decorated at the firehouse, you know, on Harlem Avenue, and that used to be where the Santa Claus came and you took a ride and sang Christmas songs. Do we still decorate that tree?
I don't think it was there last year.
No, that's what
No.
I'm thinking, and our producer is saying no. It's a shame.
Yeah.
It's a shame. It might be something to consider doing
would.
for the city because
Yeah.
it was so beautiful.
It was
and-
beautiful.
and so beautifully
So
done.
that tree is now over there on Lake Catherine. Is there a tree across the street at the Christmas
Yes.
Kindle Market?
Yeah, there is
Yeah.
a there is one at Lake Catherine. There is
Yeah.
one at Lake Catherine, but I'm saying in the middle of the city.
No, they're saying that Judy is telling us across the street at the Kindle Market there will be a tree there.
Oh, okay, a big
Big tree.
Okay, oh, good. Oh, well,
Okay.
good, because
Yeah.
it's missed.
It
You know,
is
it's
missed.
because we have
I missed
beautiful
it too.
Christmas decorations
Yeah.
up along Christmas
Well,
time.
and
They're
then we lit up
beautiful.
the street
Yeah,
and, you know,
and
that
it's,
was-
and it's a
yeah.
pleasure to make that turn coming from 83 and go down the city,
It
go
is.
down Harlem Avenue. It's
It is.
it's a beautiful sight.
It was. So, but
Well,
we're
that's
going to
good to
have,
hear.
we will still have a tree.
Great, that's
But
great.
it will just be, you know,
Across,
moved.
yeah.
And then even if you can't go to the Christmas tree lighting at Lake Catherine, just go over there. And the tree is lit up and it's,
Enjoy it,
you know,
Lake
enjoy
Catherine.
it.
And you
Yeah.
mentioned these places that you
Yeah.
mentioned that sound wonderful for hiking and camping. Lake Catherine's really beautiful. Take a walk. If you've not been to Lake Catherine, do. It's just, and you can extend your walk. You don't have to just circle the lake at Lake Catherine. You can go east on a trail that goes quite a bit east into the Alsip area, or you can go west on the trail, and there's a beautiful bike path that goes all the way to Archer. I mean, there's a lot of space here that we can take advantage if we're out looking to be outside.
Yeah, and really whatever season it is. I mean, right now it's fall, it's gorgeous. The leaves have been spectacular this year, but then there's nothing like the quiet of winter with the
Really,
snow and so
really.
forth. Just bundle up and you know, they're telling us more and more, like it's important that everyone get out in nature 20 to 30 minutes every day, just for health reasons.
Well, it is. Just
You know,
take a walk.
Just take a
Get
walk.
Get the body moving, guys.
Get
Yeah.
yourself going,
Yeah.
and just the sounds of nature are very therapeutic, is what they're telling us
Really.
to do. So go over to Lake Catherine, and yes, Lake Catherine has a lot of opportunities for you to visit, volunteer, plan your wedding over there too. So we'll talk about that another time. But
We're very lucky to live where we live.
We
You
are.
know, we truly, and I think that you need to take advantage of it because we're lucky to be here.
We are.
We're in every respect. Palos
Yeah.
Heights is a beautiful, beautiful city to live in.
it is. So thanks for watching Come Alive in Palos Heights. We'll see you next time.
And stay tuned.
Bye.